In this session, we are focusing strictly on your source integration with MLA style in-text citations, 9th edition. In this tutorial, we will cover how to properly give credit to sources using correct MLA in-text citation formatting, as well as the components needed to create an MLA in-text citation. Let's review why giving credit is critical in the writing process. Let's imagine for a moment we are a professor and we are reading this paragraph written by our student named Sue. Who do we assume wrote these words? What if it turns out that Sue used ChatGPT in a book for this information? Which words were ChatGPT's and the book's? Without proper citation, Sue has stolen the thoughts or ideas of someone else and committed plagiarism. Plagiarism is stealing or passing off someone else's words or ideas without giving them credit. Let's discuss further the use of artificial intelligence or AI in research. When you use AI tools such as ChatGPT, Copilot, or Gemini in your research, you must provide a citation. The goal is transparency. According to the MLA Style Center guidelines, you must cite a generative AI tool whenever you paraphrase, quote, or incorporate any AI-generated content, such as text, images, or data, into your work. When using an AI tool to generate text, MLA instructs writers to use a shortened description of the prompt as the in-text citation. The shortened prompt should be placed in quotation marks inside of parentheses. In the example, the in-text citation for the prompt used to generate text in ChatGPT is shortened to "What does the white whale symbolize?" and placed into quotation marks within parentheses. When you generate an image, including a chart or infograph, with an AI tool and place it into your essay, MLA format requires you to provide a caption with citation information under the image within the body of your paper. You do not put a citation for the image on the Works Cited page. The citation begins with the figure number. All visual images and illustrations in an MLA essay are numbered sequentially. As we navigate new technologies, it is important to remember that using generative AI in your coursework is strictly subject to your instructor's individual policies and Lawson State standards of academic integrity. Put simply, unauthorized use of AI may be considered plagiarism. You must always clarify with your instructor whether and how exactly you are permitted to use these tools for any assignment before you begin. Furthermore, citation rules are shifting. Even if you use AI just to brainstorm or organize your thoughts, MLA guidelines require you to acknowledge the assistance directly in your paper. For instance, your acknowledgement should look like this, and it should appear on the first page of your essay. As the statement reads, portion of this were developed with the assistance of ChatGPT, OpenAI, ChatGPT-5 model for idea generation and outline refinement. Always choose transparency to protect your academic standing. Here's Sue's paragraph rewritten with credit. Now we're able to distinguish between Sue's thoughts and the ideas and information provided by ChatGPT. So we're now aware which ideas and thoughts are the book's, as well as what ideas and thoughts are Sue's. By providing in-text citations, you are preventing plagiarism. Now, Let us review the components necessary to create an MLA in-text citation. Let's say you've written the following in an MLA essay about Mark Twain. Now you're going to quote a source to support your point. The direct quote used reads, "Twain's fiction consists only of absurd aristocrats and a large population of sheep." The in-text citation for this direct quote is Roth 33. You've quoted from the source and then cited that quotation with an in-text citation that refers to the full reference citation on your works cited page. As you can see from the citation, an MLA in-text citation consists of the author's last name plus a locator. You might ask, what is a locator? It's a number. It's MLA's term for a page number, a line number, a section number, a chapter number, or a timestamp. If your source doesn't have one of these numbers, don't put anything for the locator. Only time you use a locator is when you're either quoting something directly or paraphrasing a specific passage. Now, let's define the two types of in-text citations. There's the parenthetical citation and the narrative citation, also called the prose citation. So let's go through the process of an in-text citation. As you recall, an in-text citation is a citation that is found in the body of your essay. Anything you list in the works cited page needs an in-text citation. If you do not cite a source in your essay, it is considered plagiarism. This includes paraphrasing too. Now, let's imagine that we want to cite this quote. Plagiarism is to steal or pass off the words or ideas of another as one's own. Use a created production without crediting the source. Remember the original quote for plagiarism. Now let's imagine that this is a citation for the work cited for the quote. The quote was found on page 1 of the book titled Plagiarism by Jane Smith. Let's review how you cite this definition as a direct quote. Option 1 is a parenthetical citation. The author's last name and the locator are in parentheses following the direct quote. Option 2 acknowledges the author in the sentence. Therefore, the locator or page number is in parentheses at the end of the sentence. When you paraphrase or summarize information, these guidelines still apply. In option 1, the definition for plagiarism has been reworded. The citation comes at the end of the sentence. In option 2, the definition for plagiarism has been summarized, and the author is mentioned in the sentence. Therefore, the locator or page number comes at the end of the sentence and it is placed in parentheses. Now let's test your knowledge. Which of these examples are correct? Looking at the first example, we see no direct quotation, so we can assume that the information that we're reading is either a summary or a paraphrase of some information obtained from some source. As we look at the example number 1, we see that there is an in-text citation that comes at the end of the sentence, and it includes what appears to be two authors, Rothor and Chachan, which I'm assuming is their last name, with a locator in parentheses. In example number 2, we see that Rothor and Chachan, the two authors, are mentioned in the sentence. At the end of the sentence, we see the locator or page number where this information was obtained. In example 3, we see The authors, Rotho and Chachan, determined that Himalayan brown bears eat both plants and animals, and at the end of the sentence we have an in-text citation that again mentions both authors, Rotho and Chachan, and provides a locator in parentheses. And then our fourth and final example, we have no author or authors or a locator that is provided. So now let's see which of these are correct. If you said the first two examples are correct, you're right. In the first example, the authors and the page number are in parentheses but before the period, which is correct. In the second example, it lists the authors in the summary and the page number in parentheses before the period, which is correct. In the third example, the authors are listed twice, once in the summary and again at the end of the sentence, which is incorrect. The fourth example does not cite the summary at all. This is considered plagiarism, which is what we're trying to avoid when writing. If you did not get these correct, please take some time to review the tutorial again. After viewing this video, you have additional questions about how to correctly create a MLA in-text citation. Please feel free to contact the Lawson State Library. Remember, we are here to help.